Okay, now that I took close to 2 weeks of break from the rage-inducing racer, I think I can get back on the track for more rich racing. Alright, let's do this. R4 Ridge Racer Type 4 is published and developed by Namco, released on the PlayStation 1 in 1998. 2 years of discussion, 2 years of development, and 2 years of fixing their past mistake. Some key members should be mentioned for this project. Yasuhito Nakaoka, the creator of Mr. Driller, is the scriptwriter and project director of this game. Kazutoki Kono, best known for his works on Ace Combat, responsible for the art direction and graphic design of this game. Kota Takahashi composed the music for Klonoa Daughter Phantom Map, also composed music for this game. Kei Yoshimizu worked on Klonoa Daughter Phantom Map cutscene as well, also did the same role for this. And Hideo Yoshizawa, the story creator of Klonoa Daughter Phantom Map, is the project supervisor for this, etc. Waham! And after 2 years, we got nothing but a masterpiece. It is apparent the moment you boot up the game, you are greeted with an interesting intro, and that's where we are fully introduced to Reiko, the race queen of the Ridge Racer universe. We see Reiko living in a comfy house, enjoying her life, and then taking a walk across the friendly neighborhood. See, even Reiko touched grass. In between each shot, we see cars racing each other, accompanied by a soothing soundtrack. And man, the CGI intro looks miles better than what we had in Ridge Racer. Gotta give credit to Kei Yoshimizu. We then see Reiko walks on the road, disregarding her safety, but then a car decides to stop and give her a ride, which she took with a high respect, and as we see the car race over the checkered flag. This right here is how you attract new fans into the game. It's just perfect. When you enter the main menu, that's when you're greeted by the relaxing yet fitting yellow background. In an instant few minutes, your eyes will go from blinded to accepting it. Embrace the yellow light. You will never regret it. To be honest, yellow is my least favorite color, but upon looking at this, well, it just grew on me. Kazutoki Kono, you are an ace, not just in the sky, but on the road. The game takes place in 1999. You are taking part in the real racing roots, aka Triple Rated R, an animal racing series that began all the way back to 1949. Wow, as old as MotoGP and F1. You then choose between one out of 4 available teams. You got Micro Mouse Mappy, aka Rated M for Mature Mouse, Pack Racing Club, the iconic yellow guy, Racing Team Solo, Real Time Strategy RTS, and Dick Racing Team, aka Dig Your Own Graves. So you pick your team and then choose your car, which I will go with Assoluto, an Italian manufacturer. Why? Because I'm a Ferrari fan, and being a Ferrari fan is painful. Once you've done all that, you are introduced to your team manager that always looks down on you, underestimating your ability. Every one of them appears to be hard to get along, seems arrogant, demands perfection, and not gonna lie, this is what a team needed in order to be successful. A highly disciplined protocol needs to be followed to ensure the working process is flowing well. You thought managing a motorsport team is easy? Spoiler, it's not. Our manager just says some nasty words to make us feel really bad. and that's where we try to prove him wrong. When everything is ready, you know the drill. Time to race. It's lights out and away we go, and oh wow! Even when I'm revving my engine and preparing to even drive, I'm already noticing a significant amount of differences, in a good manner. Everything felt peaceful. In Ridge Racer, the whole atmosphere feels dark and soulless. The dystopian city, accompanied by the sense of dread around you, just makes it stressful to drive, let alone race. In R4, it's anything but. The skies are blue, colors are more vibrant, and the surrounding just screams utter peace. The color tone, the aesthetic, just seems to be implemented well according to the game, and the end result is, well, look at this. The elements around the track, such as skyscrapers, mountain, and even the cars, have nice attentional details. Doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime, they all still look good. The game also incorporated gold road shading, where the car reflections will react differently according to the weather condition. This method was also used in Porsche Challenge. I gotta say, the 2 years were used wisely. Polygons look sharper compared to Ridge Racer, frame rate looks more stable, and the pop-in did not appear frequently. The roads throughout the track, the walls, the skybox all have higher resolution, and as a result, this is impressive for a 1998 title. Once again, thank you Kazutoki Kono for the brilliant art direction and graphic designing. This is frankly the world I want to live in. It makes for a peaceful environment that will benefit my Ferrari mental health and makes me feel genuinely happy for a long-term period. I don't have to worry about getting kicked out from the Ferrari Academy. This is where I belong. I'm serious. Just by looking at this, don't you guys feel inner peace as well? I sure do. This screams 90s vibe. Moving on to the gameplay itself, I'm gonna say it now. The controls are perfect. All of the problems I have ever encountered on Ridge Racer are simply non-existent. The cars will respond according to your input, and you will always have the complete control of them under your fingertip. So if anything goes wrong, that's all on you. Remember about the frustrating drifting mechanism in Ridge Racer? Well, say goodbye because they fixed the biggest issue of this handling. Cars don't automatically lose speed when you try to perform drifting. You can drift as long as you want, and you can bet your car insurance that there will not be a lingering issue that hinders your experience. Cars have better physics now to allow you to push beyond the grid. Even if you're a new player, you will be very satisfied with this control scheme because Namco prepared two play styles. Grip leans more towards the novice, where the car will turn quickly at the corner when you let go the gas without braking. Drift is for the expert, where it stays true to the original mechanic. Tap the brake and then quickly the D-pad button to perform drifting before getting back to the throttle to stabilize the car again. It works flawlessly to me, and this perfect physics is the reason I was able to go back to the original Ridge Racer to conquer that game. Ridge Racer worked so that Type 4 could drift. Hashtag drifting is awesome. The collision physics also undergo major overhaul. Even if you touch another car and any other walls, you will not lose too much speed to the point of watching them running away. You touch something, well, you slow down a little. It's not all doom and gloom. Everyone had a fighting chance to turn the round table around, so why not keep trying to the end? Due to the pros that I mentioned, this entire package is less punishing for any players. Whereas in rage-inducing pain, you make few mistakes and it's all over, hotshot. Speaking of less punishing, this game really means it in terms of the progression. There are a total of 8 races in the game, separated by 3 heats. Heat 1, 2 have 2 races, and Heat 3 have 4 races in their orders. So it might sound like the game is linear, but the game still did well to hold your hands. In first heat, you just need to finish top 3, second heat, finish the top 2, and final heat, first at all costs, giving enough time to prepare for the worst. And when I mean worse, I mean the game will become faster with new cars being provided every hit. I really love this approach. Start at the bottom and then work your way up in one single playthrough. None of those ridiculous classes in Rage Racer. If you are good enough, you can try to finish first all the time. Not only the game will give you better cars each hit, but alters the story, which I won't spoil. You know what's better? The soundtracks. Oh my Reiko, it is top notch. Don't get me wrong, the 2 previous Ridge Racer also have good music, but this takes it to the next level. Kota Takahashi, the man who composed music for Clonova to Phantom Mount, wahoo! Also composed here. The theme of each music fits well with the soothing nature of Ridge Racer Type 4. All of these 8 tracks have their unique features. Sure, most of them are basically one big track separated by 2 variations, but the variation still able to differentiate from one another. Helter Skelter goes through a quiet highway, Out of Blue takes you through the harbor and the peaceful blue coastline reminiscent of the original Ridge Racer, Brightest Night drives around a peaceful civilization, etc. All of the tracks can be either long or short, which means you will be going through a severe experience, craving for more. Phantom Mount, obviously based off Clonova, is the shortest track in the game. Heaven and Hell, as the name applies, makes you feel like you're in heaven at the beginning, but then throws you down into literal hell due to the tight corners that require a full focus. These are the few examples of racetracks that really define the game as a whole. It feels so diverse and memorable that you will start wondering what just happened. Unlike Ridge Racer, where you just want to stop immediately. That's basically the entire concept of Triple R. You start off at the month of May, and then every few months, you take part in another race. And when it all comes down to a gripping conclusion, there's only one race left. And make it better. The race taking place 15 minutes before the New Year's. 8 racers, including you, the 6 crucial laps, 30 minutes to go. What more can you ask for? It's time to slam dunk, no pun intended. You slam on the gas pedal, and from that moment on, you know there's no turning back. You firmly grasp your steering wheel, afraid to let it go. You slowly overtake other rivals, whether on the inside or the outside line, and make your way to the front. Eventually, there's only you and the leader. You get closer. You try to make an ambitious attack and having to dodge lap traffics. Your heart is racing. Your nerve is pounding. Your sweat continues to flow down despite the cool temperature. Your mind is empty. Your eyes is straight ahead. And what did you see? It was a final lap. Something is happening. The crowds are on their feet. Your pit crew is cheering for you. The race commentator is getting exciting. You don't want to speculate what happened, but as you round out the final corner, you see fireworks on the skies. Crowds are on your absolute wow. And when you cross the line, there it is. A brand new year is dawned upon us. A new millennium on the crescendo. What happened last year doesn't matter anymore. You are the king, the champion, the race queen of the Ridge Racer universe. You are the reason racing is still alive. You become a living legend for years to come. Your manager trusts you after all these obstacles, and people will remember you as the GOAT. The end. And that is Ridge Racer Type 4, a fantastic game from start to finish. Namco realized the big mistake they made with Ridge Racer, and as a result, they spent 2 years to craft a promising Ridge Racer, and the end result is legendary. Everyone should be proud of their works. Hideo Yoshizawa and Nakaoka, the director and project director respectively, are the real stars. There's frankly nothing bad about this game. It controls like charm, the physics are perfect, story is engaging, soundtracks are godlike, vehicle is wife material, and the atmosphere is so peaceful. I don't think I can find anything bad at all. Okay, maybe collecting all 320 cars can be tedious, but those are minor issues that doesn't affect the core game. I can safely say this is an amazing racing game, not just for the PlayStation 1, but all time. Up there with Rallycross and Outrun, and you all should give it a try because Namco will not make another one. There won't be another Ridge Racer Type 4. Ridge Racer 5 on paper sounds like a good game, but lacks lots of feature. It also marks the end of classic Ridge Racer. After that, Ridge Racer enters the modern era. No, I'm not talking about modern Sonic. The modern Ridge Racer introduces a nitro system and also a weird drifting mechanic where the game performs all drifting on its own. Yup, remember all those fun drifting at your own pace? It's gone. The game does all of the work, and it remains that way. PSP, Ridge Racer 6, and Ridge Racer 7 all use this mechanic, and I don't understand why. It's like some modern Sonic games where you boost to win. Here, you drift to win. In classic Ridge Racer, you will be struggling to do drifting, but as you learn, it becomes fun and you feel like a race queen. Modern Ridge Racer is anything but. Drifting is not that rewarding, and the lack of proper story mode shows that Namco will never reach another hike similar to Type 4. I guess there's a reason why the game ends on the last day of 1999. It was the last time we will ever experience the previous millennium. The 90s was a good time, but no one will be able to do so, and when the clock struck 12, a new era is here. No one knows what happened. Things will be different in the case of Ridge Racer. And as the series turned 30 this month, I don't think we will see another fantastic project like this one. I'm okay if Ridge Racer 8 did happen, but can we just go back to the classic way, please? You know what they say? You either crash as a hero, or drift long enough to see yourself become a villain. Happy 30th anniversary, Ridge Racer! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.